What is up, everybody? The Craig Jones Invitational and ADCC feud only keeps getting better after Craig Jones was on the Joe Rogan podcast today. Let's get right into it.
I know some people want the real competitiveness of everything, but we just want to be able to go out there and kick the shit out of somebody who doesn't know what they're doing, right?
So Craig Jones was on the Joe Rogan podcast today and dropped a ton of information regarding this Craig Jones Invitational, which is taking place a day prior to ADCC. Aside from name dropping a few more people that have already jumped over to the Craig Jones Invitational and dropped out of ADCC, we also got the biggest bombshell yet in a match that has been brewing. We could even call it, one can call it a love story of sorts, of Craig Jones versus Gabby Garcia has finally been signed. Pen has been put to paper. We finally have the match that everyone wanted. No one needed, but everyone wanted. Craig Jones announced that today, amongst other things, on the Joe Rogan podcast. I will leave a link to the Joe Rogan podcast down in the description for you to go watch it. It's 2 hours long. It's got a lot of good information in there and a lot of funny stuff. Craig Jones is a funny guy. Aside from that, we have a list of other competitors that have dropped out of ADCC that are all doing the Craig Jones Invitational, and this is crazy. Not crazy. I guess you could say we kind of saw some of these coming. But man, Craig Jones says this list is going to get bigger. He says he has a lot of people who are already in his DMs, giving him phone calls, trying to get in on this Craig Jones Invitational. He can't name drop them all yet. Said he has some big names for super fights, and then he already has a couple huge super fights already planned that are in the making. Hopefully they'll come together. He can announce them soon. But so far, the names we got already that have dropped out of ADCC and joined the Craig Jones Invitational for $1 million. So far, we have Nikki Ryan. I don't think anyone's surprised to see that name on the list. B team. Next, we have Nikki Rod. Once again, not surprised. Joseph Chen. And another one that was just released right before I started filming this, Mason Fowler actually dropped out of ADCC and joined the Craig Jones Invitational. Also, another one that kind of came out of left field for a lot of people, but I feel is probably a good thing because it gets more eyes on the sport, more eyes on the Craig Jones Invitational. Luke Rockhold has actually thrown his name in the hat for the over 85 kilogram division. Luke Rockhold, Craig Jones has been on record saying that Luke has actually tapped him in the training room. So, and people have talked about his ground game is extremely good. And we know he's going to come in shape. He's a UFC fighter. So
I, for one, think it's a great thing to get some of these, guys like Luke Rockhold in there, UFC fighters, get some of these kind of big names on the sport, get eyes on the sport. I think it does nothing but help. So, and I mean, especially if they're really, really good grapplers. I know Craig has also today talked about wanting to get some guys like a UFC fighter versus another UFC fighter, just to get him like a grappling match. That way it's not like a pure jiu-jitsu guy going against a UFC fighter, kind of like how most organizations do it. He was talking about getting Alex Volkanovski, possibly trying to get him a match on this card. We know that this is turning into like a charity event as well, that he talked about this being, that he's trying to get people he has the money, the $3 million, $3.2 million. He has $3.2 million that he's spending. $1 million for each division winner, and then the $10,001 per athlete to show up, and then obviously super fights and stuff like that to cover all that. But he's also trying to get more super fights and whatnot, and by having people sponsor them by making it a charity. You come and do this, we'll give all this money to your charity with the ticket sales that we get at the Thomas and Mack Center. So very cool idea. I, for one, am excited about it. If you're wondering about ticket sales, it did announce today, you can go to the Thomas and Mack's website, thomasandmack.com, I'm assuming. Thomas and Mack website, the 31st of this month, tickets will be on sale for this event. Nothing on pricing yet, or how many seats, or how many tickets it's going to be, but Thomas and Mack website, the 31st, tickets will be on sale. Guys, if you're liking the content, make sure you like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. It helps me out a lot on the channel. Comment down below. Let me know what you think so far. Craig versus Gabby. Huge news today. I'm super excited for this match. I'm pretty sure that fight is going to be a blast to watch. You know it's going to be hilarious. Craig is not going to finish that fight within 5 seconds. You know, he's going to probably prolong it as long as it can go and get as much entertainment out of it as possible. So, and Gabby is probably going to try and kill him. But hey, that's all I got for today, guys. As soon as some more news drops, we'll try and make another video. We'll try and do it as soon as possible. We'll keep everyone up to date on what's going on with this whole fiasco. But other than that, stay salty, my friends.